My name is Olivia Simpson. I am currently enrolled at Georgia State for a degree in early childhood education, and I want to be a Waldorf school teacher when I grow up. I'm just going to kind of give a little synopsis of what that is, and then I'm going to explain to you who I interviewed, why, and everything like that. Waldorf school education was founded by a man named Rudolf Steiner, and he believed in his philosophy, or his pedagogy emphasized that the role of imagination and learning, striving to integrate holistically the intellectual, practical, and artistic development of students. So it's basically a child's development, learning how to sew, learning how to knit, songs, dance, creativity and imagination, fairy tales, and all those kinds of things like that are very crucial in this kind of learning, because it really helps a child understand and develop, and it's really interesting. Honestly, it would be great. It would be a great thing to look into. But I interviewed my kindergarten teacher. I attended the Waldorf school here in Atlanta. I'm not exactly sure where it's located, but I went here in Atlanta. My teacher, her name was Miss Karen Smith. I'm still in contact with her today because she's a great friend of my mom's. So I interviewed her, and what I learned from her was I'm so passionate about this career. And so a lot of things I knew, a lot of things I expected with teaching in general and all the classes that I've taken that involve teaching. But a few things that I learned about her that I found were really cool was in this kind of field, you have to be very artistic, like I said, and creative. And it was really cool to find out that before even becoming a Waldorf school teacher, she was a graphic designer. And the whole reason she got into Waldorf school teaching was because she put her daughters into the school. She started to volunteer, and then she realized how awesome it was and how eye-opening it was. So I just thought it was cool that she was a graphic designer and then became a teacher. But I also learned a whole lot. I learned her responsibilities as a teacher, which I thought were very powerful. I can quote her. She said, "To foster an environment of play while opening the doors to teach children how to learn." So that's a big thing about Waldorf school teaching, is how you teach a child how to learn by doing other things, not just like forcing the 2 + 2 down their throat and things like that. I also I learned some problems that I didn't expect to have, but now that she says them, it's very understanding, and I totally understand that. But she said, and I'm going to quote her again, she said, "Occasionally have children act up, so I deal with few behavioral problems, but my students are great, so not many," which is, of course, obvious when you're teaching young children. There are going to be behavioral problems, And then she continued by saying, "Parents tend to have more difficulty embracing Waldorf principles in their homes due to the advancement and modern society that we live in, and the excessive access to media that we don't allow/utilize in our classroom." So a big thing about Waldorf school teaching is there's no media, no technology, none of this. It's all natural, all organic, no computers, none of that. It's totally hands-on, markers, pencils kind of thing. And she was mentioning that it's hard for a lot of people because our society is so big on media, and a lot of our stuff is based around computers and stuff. Especially being in college now, all of my work is on a computer, so it's really hard for people to understand and for people to get around. So that's a problem that she tends to face with parents in her profession. And another thing that I learned was how it affects her lifestyle, and how it would potentially affect my lifestyle. Because even as a teacher, you may know that you come home with your work, and once you leave school, you don't just leave work. It all comes back with you. You grade papers, you make up lesson plans, all that kind of stuff. So she says she doesn't dislike it, but just one of the things that it does affect her lifestyle and how she lives. But it also is a benefit on how it affects her lifestyle. Yes, it affects her personal life and bringing it home and everything, but it also it changed her as a person. She's you're organic, you eat right, you believe different things, you become just, I feel, a completely different person because you really get in touch with Earth and who you are and Mother Nature and things like that, which is really powerful and really cool. One last thing that I want to mention that I found, that I learned from interviewing Miss Karen Smith was what kind of, I thought this was really great, was what kind of accomplishments tend to be valued and rewarded in this field. And she said that, and I think this would be for any teacher, I would say, after she said it, was that the most rewarding thing is to see a child grow and see a child develop and really move from when they first started out, and to see them progress over years, what she loves to see. And she loves to see relationships form and children develop and things like that, what I thought was really cool. And so those are all that I've learned. She was great to talk to, great information, a great person that I will forever know and will forever be in my life. But how this conversation helped me move forward in attaining my career, it really made me more passionate about it and more excited about what I have in store for me in the future. I love children, so I'm so excited to form relationships with them. Like she said, was one of her favorite parts was the relationships that you get to form with children, and I'm really excited to change my lifestyle. I'm so involved in my computer and my phone and things, so I'm really excited to learn how to be more natural and in touch with Mother Earth and stuff like that. And she just made me more excited for the future, more motivated, more ready to get everything done. But yeah.